Hello, and on this video we're going to talk about balancing equations. In particular, we're going to look at equations in which there is a polyatomic on both sides of the equation. And when you're looking at these, the polyatomics must be the same thing. So let's just go ahead and jump in and get started here. So we're going to first start off with our count. And so we have iron, and there's one iron on the left. On the reactant side, there is two hydrogens, and when we count it, there is one SO4 or sulfate ion. So let's go to the other side and do a count. So on this side, we're going to count, and we see that we have two irons, and then we have two hydrogens, and we have three of the sulfates. Okay. So we obviously see that they are not balanced from what we have here. We have one iron, two irons on that side, two hydrogens, two. So the hydrogens are balanced already, but the rest of it is not. So we're going to go ahead and start with the irons here, and let's do some balancing here. So we have two irons on this side and only one on that side. And so what I need then is another iron. Okay? So now when I go, I have two irons. So this is what we have so far. And so again, the only thing now that is not balanced is our sulfates. So I have one on this side and three on this side. So let's go ahead and let's get some more sulfates on this side. And so it looks like we're going to need two more. So there's one more. And there's two more. So now when I look at this side, I have three sulfates. I have six hydrogens. And I still have the two irons. So let's fix that. So I have three sulfates and I have six hydrogens. So by balancing out the sulfates, I messed up my hydrogens. But now I can come over here to this side and fix my hydrogens. So I have two, I need six. So again, I'm going to get another one and another one. And so now I have my six hydrogens. So when I come in here and I look, let's just double check everything and make sure we're right. So I have two irons. I have six hydrogens. I have three sulfates. On this side, I have six hydrogens. I have two irons and three sulfates. So it looks like I'm good. And so now I just need to put in what we just said. So I have needed two irons. Okay. I needed, and it looks like three. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Three of the sulfuric acid is what that actually is. And then I'm going to come over and I needed three of the hydrogens. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So I'm just counting what I have here. So I had 2, 3, 3. And I didn't add anything in any more irons or sulfates over on this side. And so let's just put a 1 there to hold the place. And I am done. So now I have balanced my equation. Okay. Okay, so let's get started on problem number 2. So let's look at what we have here. We have potassium sulfide, iron nitrate, and then we have potassium nitrate and iron sulfide. So let's go ahead and get a count. And again, then we're going to look at our polyatomics. So when we go to a count, we've got 2 potassium, 1 sulfur, we've got 1 iron, and 3 nitrate. So there's my count there. Let's go ahead and get a count on this side. We've got 1 potassium, 3 sulfurs. Everything's out of order here. 2 iron, and 1 nitrate. Okay. So here's what we're looking at. Now, let's just talk just a little bit before we get to balancing here, because I do have 2 potassium and 1 here, so I'm definitely going to have to add in some more potassium over here. I have 3 sulfurs here, but only 1 here. Now here's what I want you to look at. Since I have 3 sulfurs here and only 1 on this side, I definitely know I'm going to need some more potassiums. And when I change the potassium on this side, it's automatically going to change it on this side, right? So we might want to watch what we're changing. Let's say we've got 2 irons on this side, so I know I'm going to need to change an iron on this side, which means I'm going to gather more nitrates. So I would say let's work with getting our iron and our maybe our sulfur first, and then we'll worry about the potassium and the nitrate. So let's go ahead and look at first iron, and let's get it balanced out a little bit here. So I have 2 irons on this side. I only have 1 on this side, which means I'm going to need another of the iron nitrates. Whoops, that's got the wrong subscript there, so let me change that. Okay, there we go. And so now looking at that gives me on this side now 3 irons, and I have 3, 6, see where I'm getting that, 3, 6 nitrates. Okay, there's where I'm at. Okay, and again 6, 3 there, 3 there, 2 irons. So I've changed that. So what that has done for me, it is as it has, whoops, sorry, the wrong number there, 2 irons. Okay, so let's just double check everything. I have 2 potassium, 2 sulfur, I have 2 irons, and 6 nitrates. So that looks like that's balanced out my irons on this side. So let's go ahead and work on the sulfurs here. So I have 3 sulfurs on this side, and I only have 1 on this side. So that means I'm going to need 2 more sulfurs. Okay, so that now gives me 3 sulfurs. But it also changed my potassiums, and now I have 2, 4, 6 of those. There we go. Okay, so let's see where we're at. We've got our irons and our sulfurs done, but now my potassium and my nitrates are off. So this says I'm going to need 6 potassiums. So let's just get me 6 potassiums then. So I have 1. I'll do a dragging here. 2, 3. There's 4. Well, I guess I should have counted the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. There were 6 of them. So now when I look at that, what I have is 6 potassiums, and I have 6 nitrates. Okay, and let's see. Oh, it looks balanced out. Very good. So now we just count 1, 2, 3. So it took 3 of these. Okay, so it took 3 of these, and let's just change the color here so we can see what we're doing here. So let's go ahead and give it a bright color there. So I ended up needing 3. And then, use that bright color again. So I ended up needing 1, 2 of those. And then, let's get us a color here. There we go. So I needed 6 there. And let's see what we ended up. Well, I just needed the 1 there. So I didn't need any more other than that 1. And so I am now balanced with 3, 2, 6, and 1. Okay, 3, 2, 6, and 1. And I'm done. Okay, and by using these, this just gives you a visual. What I'm showing you is by putting that 6 there, this is what this is saying. So as we're going to start talking about moles and mole conversions, what this is telling me is that I needed 3 of these and 2 of these. Think of like making s'mores. And maybe I need 2 graham crackers, a half of a chocolate, and a marshmallow. Okay, that's what we're saying. We're saying to make this reaction actually happen so that everything is used up, we're going to need 3 of the potassium sulfides. We're going to need 2 of the iron nitrates. We're going to need 6 of the potassium nitrates and 1 of the iron sulfides. Okay, so let's go on and do another one. Now this one I'm not going to do a drag and drop on it. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and just count and talk about how to do it if we're not. Get me some ammonium, I should say. can't speak. So we've got 1, we've got 2 chlorines, we've got 2, and that's the other thing, guys. If you're ever writing this on your paper, make sure you are writing it correctly, because if you screw up on writing this, copying it onto your paper, maybe from a sheet or something other, it's going to mess everything up. So let's go ahead and let's count on the other side. Okay, so let's get a count. So this side, we have 1 zinc, we have the 1 chlorine, we have the 1 ammonia, or ammonium, and the 1 sulfur. There we go. Okay, so this one's not near as hard as the other ones because it's pretty straightforward. It looks like we need another chlorine and another ammonium, which they are both together, so we're just going to need another one of those. And so what I do is I go ahead and put out in front that I know I'm going to need 2 of those. Okay, and when I have 2 there, then that automatically comes in and changes 2 and 2. Okay, because again, that's the coefficient on there. That now means I have 2 ammonias and 2 chlorines. Okay, and I'm balanced. So again, we could come into each one of these and be sure to add in the front there that we need, and we're going to need 1, or make 1, I should say, of the zinc. I have 1 potassium, 1 bromine, and 2 nitrates. On our reactant side, and then over on our product side, it looks like we have 1 lead, 1 potassium, 2 bromine, and 1 nitrate. Okay, so again, you can drag if you need to, or of course you're not dragging, but you're just rewriting under there what you see that you need. But if I'm looking here, I see that I have 2 bromine on this side and only 1 on this side. So it's very obvious I'm going to need another bromine. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in, and I've got 1, so that means I'm going to need 1 more. I needed 2. Okay, so that's what it means. I needed 1 more. I already had 1. I need another one. So that's going to change to now 2 potassiums on this side and 2 bromines on this side. So now when I look at it, I've got my leads, my potassiums, my bromines, but my nitrates are still messed up. So I have 2 on this side, but I only have 1 over here, which means I'm going to have to get me another one. So again, let's go in and put a 2 on this side. Okay, now I got to go to my count. That changes though now my potassium again and my nitrate. Okay, and it looks like it's balanced. Let's do a double check. Always double check, guys. Always go back through your count, make sure you didn't mess up here. So I have 1 lead, 2 nitrates. Here is 2 potassiums, 2 bromines. 1 lead, 2 bromines, 2 potassiums, 2 nitrates. And again,